What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 2 of my very first poker vlog. We have to film a game this week. That was the assignment for week 2 of the Vlogger Challenge. I'm going to film at my friend's home game. It's a 1-1 home game. Before we head to the game, there's a couple things that I wanted to show you guys. My hair is pretty out of control, so we're gonna get a haircut at my friend's barbershop. And then we're going to walk next door to a board game cafe that is pretty cool and I think is worth showcasing on the vlog. Okay, so we're back home now and we're about to go play some poker. Couple things about what we just did. The first place we visited was East End Barber. It's a great barber shop. It's owned by my friend Ryan. He's a really cool dude. They give awesome haircuts. I've been going there for probably about 2 years since they opened now. The second place we went to was called Coral Sword. It's a board game cafe. It's actually owned by Ming from Comic Book Men and Hunter Pence, who's a baseball player who used to play for the Houston Astros. Really cool spot. They've got a library of games that you can play. They've got good coffee and some stuff you can eat. And they also do some video game events too, I've heard. And as you might have noticed in the clip, they have a Twitch stream, which if you go to their Twitch, I think they stream at least 4 or 5 nights a week, and it's different content, board games, video games, stuff like that. So check that out if you're into that kind of stuff. One small note, we were going to record some video at the board game cafe, but I kind of got a little bit shy and wasn't able to push myself to do it. So I was kind of tucked in this little corner and I thought, yeah, when this guy leaves, I'll record something. And he left, and then I got my stuff out, got set up, and then somebody else came and sat down and I chickened out. So that's something that I'd like to work on, and I'm going to lay it out now. I'm challenging myself. By the end of this challenge, I will have at least once talk in front of the camera in a public space when there's people around. I know that we're supposed to be pushing ourselves, and I figured that's one way I can do that. Now that we got all that out of the way, let's go play some cards. It's the morning after the game, and we're going to do some hand analysis. I apologize for the crappy lighting, but I kind of have to do this right now, so we're going to have these beautiful sparkly rays glistening upon my face while I do this. So the first hand is not recorded. It was literally 2 minutes after I sat down. We're in for 200, and we decide tonight we're going to do a bomb pot every 30 minutes, and we're doing the same style of bomb pot that you've seen on the Andrew Neeme and Brad Owen meetup games, which is everyone antes up. In this case, we do $2, and then we go straight to the flop, but we do 2 boards, and then the betting starts on the flop. So in the very first bomb pot, which is literally maybe the first hand we played, and maybe been second or third, and I get pocket aces, ace of diamonds, ace of hearts, right? Pretty good starting hand. I don't remember the exact boards, but I ended up calling all the way down and folding to the river because there was one guy that was betting pretty aggressively and another guy that was calling, and then I was basically at the end just calling behind. And I just thought, hey, there's no way these guys are doing this with less than a pair, and I never made anything other than just aces. So I folded the river. It was probably not right when I think about it, because I think I probably had the odds to call, considering that one of the boards paired on the end, and that would mean that I could beat a two-pair hand that was continuing from the flop and the turn. But I folded, and it turns out we would have scooped with just a pair of aces. So I don't like to fold, and I was a little irritated with myself for folding, but it's all right. The night's young. 5 minutes later, we pick up again ace of diamonds and the ace of hearts in the cutoff. So vlog run good is already in effect. Early position raises to 7. Middle position re-raises for 25. Hijack calls to 25, and we're sitting in the cutoff with pocket aces. Most of the players are about 200 effective, except for the caller of the 3-bet, who is in hijack and has about 125. Considering the amount of money in the pot and the fact that early position will get a really good price if we just flat here, I go ahead and 4-bet jam in for 200. It folds around back to the villain in the hijack, who tanks for a little bit and says call. The board comes out, ace of spades, king of diamonds, jack of clubs. We flop a set. So we look pretty good at this point. Turn comes down a brick, 3 of clubs, and the river is also a brick, 5 of diamonds. We flip our hand up, and the hijack player says, I had blockers, and mucks his hand. He's saying he had blockers. He could be saying he had ace king, but it would be kind of unlikely, because then that would mean he had the last ace in the deck, and also a king came on the flop. So that's going to be pretty rare that he has ace king. He could have had a hand like king queen suited, which by saying he had blockers, he would be blocking pocket kings, pocket queens, ace king, and ace queen suited. But this player is generally pretty tight, so I'm not sure that he would have called off his whole stack for king queen suited. But it's possible, because I've seen him make some looser calls at times. So yeah, we're off to a good start. We drag a decent sized pot, and we're already up a couple $100 almost. We end up playing about a 5 to 6 hour session, and we cash out with a profit of $210. I had planned to do at least 2 or 3 hand reviews, but I'm starting to run out of time, so I think we're just going to stick with what we've got, because I really didn't have any other hands that were that interesting. I plan on continuing to do hand analysis in the rest of the vlogs, but I'm going to play around with how I present it. Thanks for tuning in. Good luck at the tables.
20 straight.
120?
Straight, yeah.
You really want to get stacked first hand? I'm fine. No, I'm not taking any money.
Yeah, I know. I got it.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, did I get you? Is that it? Everyone fold? Got him.
Oh, shit.
Oh, got him.
Can we get the hand analysis of that?